Brothers and sisters, I have a very simple question for you this evening that may have a complicated answer. I wish to ask, what is wrong with you? You might quickly say, nothing. Nothing at all. I'm fine. But are you? When I walk amongst you and chat to you on the streets, as I am known to do, you all seem so detached, fearful. You have also become numb to the world. You've become numb to the constant horror of the world we live in. And with that, you've also become cruel. You view the world not only through your own eyes and your experiences, but through your television screens. And by this method, your sense of reality is warped. You watch as bombs tear apart flesh in lands far, far away. But it's fine. It's not happening here. And those people don't even look like me, nor do they worship the same God. Why should I spare more than a passing thought? You listen to news telling you that a mugger lurks around every corner, and no matter how peaceful and quiet your neighborhood, you eye each other with a little more suspicion. Your grip on your bag grows a little tighter. Strangers are now to be feared. You hear about unemployment from the railing of stuffed shirts, about how lazy they are. You call them parasites for being on the dole, when your own kin are also suffering the same lack of opportunity. But they're not like the other people. No, 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 no. Somehow your own lived experience is different. I have called this hypocrisy before, but it is more than that. It is programming. The other is different. The other is less than you, inferior, less deserving of prosperity. Their woes are their own fault, and they should lace up their boots and set to fixing their problems, rather than moaning and reaching a hand out for help. After all, aren't we all in the same boat? Now understand this, my listeners. I'm not asking you to go out and hug your Hindu neighbors. I'm not asking you to kiss the feet of the next Jamaican you see in the streets. I am not asking you to quit your job and devote yourself to volunteering at the soup kitchen. And I am not asking you to chain yourself to the gates of RAF Middenhall to stop the Yanks from using it. I am asking you to wake up and look around you and ask yourself where these ideas have come from. Where did you gain this attitude? I speak to people who simply cannot wait to talk to me about foreigners destroying the country, when they'd be hard-pressed to name a half-dozen times they've even seen one in person. I ask you, does a county like Rutland strike you as a hotbed of immigration? Be serious. Yet on my last visit, the people there were greatly afeard of the foreign menace. My friends, this is more than just a government cynically using their reach within the press to deflect from their own numerous failures. There is a deep and insidious plan at work, not only to buy some time, but to cement this ideology for all time. Being British used to mean being a citizen of the world. We are an island nation, descendants of great explorers and traders, once an empire and now part of a commonwealth of peoples. We are a neighbourly people, and for generations community spirit was at the heart of being British, welcoming strangers as if they were family. So why now are we so nasty? Because they want you to be. Because you are easier to control when your communities are broken. You are easier to control when you are too afraid to step outside. You are easier to control when you are glued to your television to receive news of the latest outrage. And it is working. And yet, that is still not enough. Many of you have been victim to these crimes committed by our government. We won't reveal what we know. Not yet. Understand our position, brothers and sisters. We are dealing with a powerful coalition of forces. Even with ironclad evidence of their atrocities, we cannot rely on the media to share our findings. The government themselves can simply issue a D notice. You may have never heard this term before, but to express it simply, should a story displease them or be considered a national security risk, they may issue a D notice and the press are forbidden from publishing their findings. And so we work to expose them and to ensure we make such a noise that it is simply impossible to ignore. The time is coming, my friends. Until then, we continue our work in secret. Stay safe, and may you always love your neighbour as yourself. Let us walk in the spirit of the Good Samaritan, offering kindness and unity, even when the world seeks to divide us.